Hey everybody, clearing. It's a little bit earlier reading today, so that eclipse reading kind of blew my mind. That was the most cosmic, divine plan kind of reading that I've seen come through. So if you haven't seen that yesterday, please go check it out. But today, let's get into a card reading for the Divine Masculines. Wow, these cards just fell on the floor. So, awakening about what's been causing anxiety. Just kind of needed to interrupt. Okay, so let's see. What is the Divine Feminine Collective meant to know for the DMs that are still in karmic relationships with a karmic partner? So that you know, this is if you know your person is in a commitment with someone else. What can we see? Okay, so they know the truth. They know you are their future truth because it just flew out on the floor into the future. So what's going to happen next regarding that connection that they are in? They are going to overcome their anxiety because they know you are their truth. Yeah, here you are over here. They see you thriving, being independent, going for your abundance, being on mission. They see you holding your own, and that is showing them who you are. You thriving in your life is energetically or otherwise showing them they can do it too. They don't have to settle. They can go for their extraordinary life. So what do you need to know right now? Divine Feminines who this resonates with. Self-love, protection. So this went to the past. So if you notice the direction that these were flying, this means you've needed to learn that it wasn't a rejection of you, it was actually supporting you to come into this Queen of Pentacles energy. And that has been necessary on this journey to reset the frequencies on the planet for the Divine Feminine polarity and therefore for everyone else regarding relationships. Okay, I'm going to put those cards back in and we're going to get a little message here for those who are not, or who their divine counterpart is not in a committed relationship with someone else. What's a special message just in those instances? Okay, the sexual passion, the soul spark, the sacred sexuality, it's on the table but has not initiated here. Let's see. So your counterpart is learning about manifestation. There's a stage in the journey where we kind of take a pass and we don't want to manifest anything because we've been kind of bitten, once bitten, twice shy kind of energy. So there's this coming into their own so they can co-create the life of their dreams. There's a pause, so maybe they've left a karmic situation, a relationship, something like that, or they're just needing more time on their own to figure this whole thing out. I'm going to pull a clarifier and see what's going to happen next. This is no easy undertaking when we're learning how to manifest and not reproduce the failures or perceived failures of the past. Sometimes we don't want to jinx it by making decisions, and so there's a bit of a standstill. That's what I'm feeling here. What's going to happen next for these ones? Yeah, healing. We get the Wounded Warrior card on the side like this. So for these divine counterparts, we're going to have a period of healing where they're going to be looking at their histories, looking at their traumas, looking at the way they perceive the paradigms in their lives and gaining that information so that they can heal, so that they can be healers in the world. These counterparts are being prepared to bring light in a higher quotient to the planet. So they've got some mission, they have got a bigger calling, a big calling than they have stepped into already, and they're needing to understand the inner workings of what it is like for their will to align with the higher will. so that they're not in rebellious energy, I just heard. Okay, what can we see for you, viewer, whose counterpart is footloose and fancy-free and still not seeming to be making a decision? Wow, we get the heart is awake, love, innocence, and reverence, simultaneity, nonlinear processing and epiphany, and power, authority, influence, and ambition. Exactly, this is that mission statement. So for you, the second group, your counterpart is starting to sense that they are destined for greatness, for some sort of a mission that is beyond what they once thought. And they're really, their heart is being worked on right now so that they can step into it. They're going to be having epiphanies, so keep holding your own, keep looking in the direction of your progress, because it's simultaneously happening for your counterpart. There is an awakening here, and there is this motion towards a higher ambition in a spiritual, energetic sense. And then we also get cellular light, simplicity, and quickening, exponential expansion. So it's coming into this 0 point so that things can really get going. It's like the calm before the mission storm, the purpose before the context comes in and things really get amped up and rolling. Okay, so let's get a daily divine masculine check-in. Where are the divine masculines at regarding this connection? What are they? Ooh, we get divine timing with heartache in the reverse. So something is synchronistic right now. Something's coming into alignment that's going to alleviate the heartache even further. What are the divine masculines wishing for this connection? What are they doing towards the success? We get that magician in the reverse again with the Empress. So it's like a taking stock, looking at their abundance, looking at the higher paths. What is the biggest challenge for the divine masculines that join me here, whose divine counterpart joins me here? I'm looking at that deck for some clarity for the divine feminines. What is the solution and where are things going? And what can we see for the divine feminines? Okay, divine masculines. There's that Three of Swords from a different deck in the reverse. So the Three of Swords here is not being able to offer reciprocation. So we just saw that there's divine timing at play so that more reciprocation can come in. So something may have happened that's from the pre-shuffle. So something may have happened in your connection where there's an opportunity facing the two of you, some synchronistic, divinely guided, magnetic occurrence that's going to be bringing in an opportunity for equal give and take. So this can be something that was not seen before. Timelines aligning, I just heard. So divine masculines actually could be inadvertently manifesting this, even though we've seen the magician twice in the reverse. This kind of conscious consideration about where the equal give and take wasn't, where they breadcrumbed, where they withheld, and how it caused heartache. That is a form of manifestation, because it implies that they are seeing the heartache for what it was. They have looked at it. There's enough distance now that it's starting to heal. It's starting to, that grip is starting to release, and so they can see more objectively. The eclipses were big for that, because they were removing the guilt and shame the masculines were holding against themselves for having been slow to come forward or not expressing the love, all of that. So now there's a little bit more of a clarity coming in about why the heartache caused a lack of reciprocation. It's the ego, pride, but it was more than that. There was divine timing. So what can we see for the divine feminines? Yeah, this is the truth. So just know the truth that it wasn't you. This feminine is precariously perched on the side, and if she has one more wrong move coming towards her, she's like, just try me, I'm out. I'm out. Don't be in that divine feminine so much. Yes, in many cases, if you're not having reciprocation, definitely you need to know your worth, and you should not be in waiting energy. You should be living your life on mission, showing up for whatever is coming towards you in your reality on any given day with your glad heart, being in high frequency. But there's a little flavor here that it's not a rejection of you that your divine masculine didn't come forward. There was so much more in the divine timing going on. If it's truly your twin, it was a divine timing thing. It was not you. So rewrite all of that ultimatum energy and recover your perspectives for the light I just heard. So prepare by forgiving and releasing your divine counterpart for having to prove the love to you, and have compassion that everyone's on their unique journey. Okay, on the heart space, what are the divine masculines? Reunion, the lovers. This is so beautiful. 6 of Cups, that is a reciprocal energy, and it's not just about the material concerns, it's on the heart space. We get 2 of the most beautiful heart cards, the Like a Child card, the Ascended Love card, all in the heart space. So that's what's healing this heartache and the lack of being able to come forward and reciprocate in the physical. On the heart space, it's all warm fuzzies on the heart space here, and now things are being seen more clearly from the past. It's like edumacation, I just heard. The divine masculines are starting to see that it's all sort of been elementary, the training blocks, and now we're coming into this really pure, full-hearted appreciation of the connections. For divine feminines, yeah, open your heart. Here's the card that came out so many times yesterday, this opening of the heart space. So divine feminines, let the light shine in. I'm just being drawn to this beam of light coming in. Like if you open your heart, this heavenly vantage point can come in. What are the divine masculines wishing for the connection? To open up. They know in time they're going to spill the beans on their emotions. They're going to be transparent. They're going to tell you. Divine feminine, they know that's coming. They're wishing for the day. They're wishing for the moment. They're counting the hours. They're counting the blessings, and they cannot wait to one day tell you how much you mean to them. Divine feminine. Okay, so they are setting the intention to tell you how they feel. That's very, very clear. I have never gotten that message so clearly before. The divine masculines are ready to tell you how they actually feel. Divine feminines. So this is mirrored. The timing that it will be for the divine masculines to come forward is mirrored with your awareness and practical grounding of what will make you happy truly on the deepest levels. It's come out in the reverse, so this is you needing to really look at what really matters. Is it the physical realm details? Is it the heart space? Is it the heart and soul knowing? Tap into what is actually supportive on this journey. What have the blessings actually been across the board, not just directly related with how cute your divine masculine is and how this and that about the smushy feel good stuff. Look at how your life has transformed and really count those blessings. Really see what matters most, because that's what's coming. So I'm getting that because we've got the Star card, and that means it's a little ways in the future still. And because this 10 of Cups is in the reverse, divine feminines, there are still things coming for you that are in divine plan that could not unfold if you were already in more of a closely linked union. There's still prerequisite energies. When we're accountable for a little, that we are given more energetic responsibility. So I'm getting that for divine feminines. There are still more things, more influence in the world in an autonomous way that you are meant to hold and have. There are still things that divine mini missions, I just heard. What can we see for the feminines who that may resonate for? Love, innocence, and reverence. Just be in the present moment. Just be in love and be receptive to what is coming. That's a very key thing, because if you're not receptive to everything showing up and being able to discern what is showing up for you on any given day, you're not going to be accountable for your divine masculine showing up and be entrusted in the highest for that long-term relationship. So it's like a training. When you are spontaneously receptive to your reality without your divine counterpart, you actually start qualifying yourself to honor and respect and appreciate and not lose, not take for granted your counterpart once they come in. Okay, what is the action that the masculines are taking? The Devil and the Mother of Wands. So divine masculines are beginning to look more than just to your physical appearance. I'm getting so many messages about how in the past the divine masculines have been awestruck by your beauty. They have had you on a pedestal because you're so beautiful to them in ways you would never know. They're starting to see that they've been prejudiced, they've been insecure about your beauty. That's for some, not all of them have been, but I'm getting that message that they're not so hypnotized by your beauty anymore, and they're actually seeing you for a real person. They have assumed that you've had so many options, so many people beating down your door, you know, like, why would you choose them kind of energy. That's for some. And they're seeing through the illusion of that. They're seeing that you're a person too. Or this can also mean you've been so spiritually embodied, included, that they didn't know if you were of earthly relevance. It's like, are you this mythical being up here in the clouds, or are you actually touchable? I heard effable, like, or if you're just intangible. So there's this tantric sexual energy as well, because this is also the sexual stuff. So many times on this journey there's been friend zone and back and forth, and it's been for different reasons. Sometimes you've been too sexy, sometimes you have appeared too chaste or chaste, that you have maybe even too angelic and not raw enough to be approached. So there's this feeling of the sexual chemistry, the attraction, the spirituality, all kind of swirling here. The divine masculines this is that charge, the sexual spark that's starting to grow again, but it's like a calibration of the appropriate, the proper assessment of your spirituality, your sexuality, and your attractiveness, divine feminine. It's all being investigated consciously, I'm getting here. Divine masculines are asking themselves deep questions about all of those factors regarding you in this connection. They're coming to some updated opinions about you that way, as far as an intimate partner, I'm hearing, and all those kind of attributes that influence that. They're seeing through the illusion. They're seeing that you're not so separate after all. You're not so different after all. And for divine feminines, this is why there hasn't been commitment, is because it's been sharpening them. The divine masculines have been worked away at by the reality of those factors, and so commitment is on the table here, but it's, you know, it's not quite in the upright yet, because these assessments need to be realized in personal ways, in no uncertain terms, I just heard. Okay, what's the biggest challenge for the masculines? Knight of Wands and freeing themselves. So there is this growing passion. So the Knight of Wands here, there could be an age difference with the Mother of Wands, with the Queen of Wands. They could feel like you are more advanced than them, and that they've had fear, insecurity, whether that's sexually, spiritually, physically, attraction or attractiveness. There's something here they're working on. There's this challenge of the passion. There is an energetic, I'm going to pull a card, an energy card for support here for you divine masculines who have been coming to the realization that you have felt less than, that you've had your divine feminine on a pedestal and maybe haven't even seen it. Maybe that was covert. Maybe it was an underneath layer that's being revealed. So what is it we can see for the divine masculines who feel ill-equipped regarding their divine feminine? For support here, what can we see, divine masculines, to support you through this fear of inadequacy I just heard? Divinity, honor, responsibility, and humility. So this is ego. Trust the signs, trust the synchronicities, divine masculines. Trust that there has been that spark, that your divine feminine would not have come through into your energy. You would have not manifested your divine counterpart if you were not of that same cloth, if you were not made of the same soul stuff. So really sink into your divinity, understand your splendor from the inside out. It's not about physical appearances, it's about the energetic frequency, and it's an honor. It is a great responsibility, and you're meant to accept it with humility. And that receptivity in grace and humility is what allows you the confidence to activate and go forward. So both counterparts are looking at the receptivity today and allowing the other in to those intimate layers. What is the solution? What is it for the feminines regarding that? Queen of Cups, this is the card of compassion. Hold unconditional love. This is a newsflash. Your divine masculine has felt inadequate in ways too. It has not simply been you being rejected or aka divine timing not coming through. Your divine counterpart has been insecure on this journey regarding their ability to please you. I'm hearing, I don't know if I have been able to give you what you want. That has been a mystical treasure hunt for the masculines. I'm seeing that this challenge is they have not known what would be sufficient for this queen. So divine feminines, true connection is the holy grail here. Authentic, pure, refined connection. So keep seeing it all that way until it is on that higher level. And we did see that the divine masculines wished to be this transparent King of Cups. This is the King and Queen of Cups. So allow the space in your heart to continue to hold space for your divine counterpart to come into that reciprocity, the qualification to meet you on this level, divine feminine. And divine feminines continue to do the work to become receptive to it in the way that just came through about meeting your reality fully, gladly, with appreciation every day, so that you get that feeling of wholeness from everywhere, and it's not just from your counterpart. Okay, what is the divine guidance, the solution for this feeling inadequate? You're under a lot of stress and burden right now, divine masculines. This is the soul, the heaviness of the world, the burden of the world on your shoulders. The new beginning is coming, but there are things being shed. Being told to pull some clarifiers on that. What can we know about the burden being shed? Yeah, the long-term legacy, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. We already got those two cards. So as the burden goes away, We're moving energetic and generational mountains. We're moving the oppression of the world. This is the oppression of the world, the mission. So just remember that it has not only been a personal feeling of inadequacy, divine masculines, but that's your cross to bear. You are an archetype, or sorry, you are it is a stigmata of the world. Being a sensitive being, you are an empath, you are a sensitive, you are a Christed energy, so to speak. That means that you are aware enough, conscious enough to feel the burden of the world because you exist in it and you're conscious, but it affects you on so many deep levels. So all of this clearing, all of the belief restructuring, the paradigm shifts that you are a warrior for, all of those things, that's the burden of the world. Every thought you take captive and you switch shows you what happiness truly is. You're not only doing that for yourself, but you're doing it on behalf of humanity, because each person who chooses authenticity, authentic happiness, and long-term alignment does clear the misconceptions and the burdens. Again, go back and watch yesterday's reading. It was mind-blowing. This new beginning is coming. And it is bringing in this higher long-term blessing. What is the direction things are going? Wow, King of Swords and Justice. So in the next 3 weeks, I'm getting to turn these both over. Justice and truth will prevail, I just heard. So right now it may seem a little bit clouded, a little bit tentative. But these two together, this is legal matters about to clear up. This is court orders about to go in counterpart's favor. This is all sorts of matters being finalized, financial, legal. This is big stuff. I'm going to actually pull, because this is the connection space for both of the twins, I'm going to pull cards. Oh, how does this relate to the feminines? 8 of Swords. So we had that in the challenge for the masculines. So divine feminines, you're about to be freed as well. So if you have been dealing with legal matters and financial matters, you're about to find the truth that sets you free. And if your divine counterpart has been dealing with those things and you've been out of the loop, you're also about to be set free. So let's see what we can know from, okay, I'm being told to go to these. One card about this legal matters, financial matters for the masculines. Okay, about to communicate the feelings once that happens, and there's a tower with this unconditional love. Everything is being restructured. Yeah, it's just a confirmation again that love is about to be offered, because things that you didn't know about divine feminines are being cleared on your divine masculine side. More action, less talk, I just heard. So if no news is good news, if those two things apply, really let that hit, that your divine masculine has not wanted to come forward until it was safe, the coast was clear, energetically and otherwise. And for the divine feminines, what can we see? This foundation is going to be laid. Just keep looking at being grateful for everything that has come, how you've morphed into your best version because of this journey. Keep building on that right now, consciously in your mind, being grateful for that. Okay, many blessings. Bye for now.